Oh, how are you all? I'm feeling pretty wrecked at the moment. Had a singing lesson. I've had some running around to do. My car's giving me some more grief. I've got to ring the mechanic up about that again. But I watched a video this morning of KJ's, and it starts off with the Duggars talking about Jesus first, yourself last, and others in between. I mean, I learned a song when I was in Sunday school. J-O-Y, J-O-Y, this must surely be Jesus first, yourself last, and others in between. Anyway, get the picture. But she talks about all the time about them being joyfully available. And I find it really, really hard, particularly when people criticize the Bible, which is something very important in my life, and attack Christianity. And I have actually been thinking for most of the morning about joy. What is it? And joy is, a lot of people say it's happiness. If we look in the Bible, and I've got here, I'm just going to share something with you. So I've looked up this Bible reference. This is a Bible reference website. So it's Christian Bible References. And so if we go look at the old King James Version, the word joy appears 102 times in the Old Testament, 63 times in the New Testament. And then your American Standard, 122 times. And then the New International Version, 155 times in the Old Testament, 63 times in the New Testament. And in the Revised Standard Version, 114 times and 58. Now, I'm not going to have a debate with you about different translations. But joy, for it to be mentioned so many times in the Bible means that it is an important characteristic. We look at when we talk about the fruits of the Spirit, we're told that as Christians we need to be. Joy is one of them. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, patience, self-control. So let me I think I missed one. I tried to do it from memory. This is what happens when you don't plan what you're going to say. But in Galatians we read, this is from Paul, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against these things there is no law. These are the things that as Christians we need to exhibit. So I can see why the Duggars want to be talking about joy all the time. Doesn't mean that we have to be happy all the time. No. Doesn't mean that we are to be a doormat all the time. No. Joy, the joy of the Lord is my strength. Joy, think about all of the times you've been joyous. So I'm a bit baffled by it all. Why there is such a dislike for joy. Gladness. Joy is gladness that is not based on circumstances. The joy of the Lord is my strength. I suffer from depression, and a lot of people don't understand how somebody who is a Christian can suffer from depression. It's something that I've wrestled with a lot, but I do know that the joy of the Lord, the joy of the Lord is my strength. There are days when I don't want to get out of bed. There are days when I can't face the world. There are days when I would rather not be doing anything. And that's when I have to grab hold of my faith. And I know that not everybody believes in Christianity, and I know that not everybody has that faith. But I can only talk about my experience, and really it's been my faith and my belief that has got me through. The other thing is that when you actually take the focus, people say that today's society is very selfish and inward. And I seem to think of that. I think in some ways we've lost our joy as a society. This is just my opinion. And when you take the focus off yourself, and instead of saying, what about me? You say, well, what about this person? What about that person? Is what I'm going to do going to affect this person? Is what I'm going to do here going to affect this person? And when we start doing that, our whole outlook changes. I've spent most of my life, most of the time, the last 12 years, I've been a single mum, and every decision has been, if I do this, how is this going to affect my children? If we do this, if I do this, how? And so the children's, I guess, in some ways, I put their children first before my own, because they've needed me. But now they're adults. I can take that step now and look at life somewhat differently, and start focusing on myself. But I'm still very much aware. I mean, I've been invited to go away for Easter. So what's the first thing that I do? My kids are adults. They live at home. I went and I spoke to them, and I said, look, it's an opportunity to do this. What do you think? And they both said, go for it, Mum. So it's really, really amazing what can happen. And it can be tiring. Am I always happy? No. Sometimes I have to fake it a little bit. But I tend to show my emotions on my sleeve. And so I don't understand why KJ has a problem with the Duggars showing joy or being joyous. A gratitude, a gratefulness. People do gratitude journals, and it's not a Christian thing. It's not necessarily a Christian thing, but people do been doing gratitude journals just to look back and see what they can be grateful for. That's stuff that they can be grateful for in their day. Or people, do a thankfulness journal. What can you be thankful for? But you know what? For me, what gives me the greatest joy? The greatest joy for me is doing something for somebody else that doesn't expect it, and I'm not going to get anything back. So a few weeks ago, I was visiting my parents, and I was in the line of a chicken place, and I'd ordered, and by the time I got to pay, I discovered that someone had paid for me. And I was absolutely shocked, because I didn't believe that happened anymore. But, wow, somebody thought enough about, didn't even know who I was. Wow, So it's been on my mind that at some stage I need to probably pay it forward. So again, I was at the same chicken shop, the same takeaway chicken, visiting my parents. Seems to be a theme here, because my mum goes, if you come in, grab some. Okay, great. So so there was a car behind me, and next thing I know, I say to them, look, I want to pay for their meal as well. Just tell me what it was. It was actually more than what it was more than what mine was going to be. But I said, look, and she goes, oh, that's really nice for you. And I said, look, just say to them, just pay it forward at some stage. But you imagine what would happen if everybody paid for the person behind some meal just once, or somebody did something kind for somebody without expecting something back. Do first of all, the buzz that gives you, knowing that you have just floored somebody, is amazing. That is joy. Second of all, I took off, and I could see, I knew the exchange, and I looked in my rear view mirror, and I could see the look of shock and the surprise on their faces. That's joy, my friends. That's joy. Joy is there. That's joy. That peace, and so that's been buzzing. I've been buzzing because of that fact. So I want to encourage you today to find somebody to pay it forward to, whether it's a coffee, I know that in Australia you can have pay it forward coffees, so somebody who can't afford a coffee can go get coffee, whether it's, I don't know, if you are pay for the person's groceries, in front of you. I don't know, just find something and experience that joy, the joy of giving, because it is better to give than to receive. And as I said, I don't know why KJ has a problem with joy. She often says she's joyfully unavailable, but I don't know really that she knows that what joyful is. We're told to make a joyful noise unto the Lord. You see, joy is very, very important to Christians. And as I said, I won't be silenced about things of faith. So anyway, that's just a short video of my little rant this morning, this afternoon. So I said I'm feeling pretty wrecked. So anyway, I'm going to leave you now. But as I said, I don't know why. I don't know why KJ seems to be scared of joy. Does she not want happiness? Why is she? What? It's like she's scared of joy. As I say, you know, just imagine how different the world would be if we actually stopped to think about other people rather than just thinking about ourselves. That's why a lot of my coverage that I do of her is very toned down. That's why I won't be also pulled into drama, because we're talking about people here. So I'm very careful by what I do, because it's really important that, you know, we do treat people with respect. But anyway, tell me what you think in the comments below. Am I totally off the mark here? Maybe I am. But I was just really angry by that video this morning. I'm really, really angry by that premiere. It was classed as a premiere, and it was just old stuff. But I don't know why. I tend, in my opinion, there seems to be some jealousy there. That's just my opinion, though. But anyway, all right, thank you for bearing with me for this little rant. And I'll catch you on stream later. Don't know what the topic's going to be yet, but we'll see.